about a new method I used recently for firing up my Weber Smokey Mountain Cooker, and it has to do with using a piece of split log as my smoke wood. Let me show you how I did it. In January 2020, I attended Camp Brisket at Texas A&M University in College Station, Texas. It's an intensive 2-day course on all things brisket related, beginning to end, including how it comes off the carcass, to how it's trimmed, how it's seasoned, and how it's cooked for Texas barbecue. It's a great class. If you've not heard of it, check out my link in the description of this video, where I have a very lengthy article that will tell you all about what I learned at Camp Brisket. Two other folks that were at Camp Brisket that year were Kevin Coleman and Dustin Green. Kevin is the grill master, the head grill master at Weber. And Dustin Green is the director of the Grilling Academy at Weber, and he's also what they call the culinary grill master at Weber. They were there to help put on one of the sessions. I think their session had to do with smoke wood. And one of the things they also did was they did prepare some briskets overnight for one of our taste tests during the class. And Kevin had an interesting method of firing up the 18-inch Smokey Mountain Cooker. Instead of using wood chunks as smoke wood, he used an entire split log as his smoke wood. I made note of that method, and I thought, I'm going to try that myself sometime when I get home. Well, it's been over 2 years. I'm a little slow to getting around to it, but I just tried it, and let me show you how I did it. Now, the first thing I needed was some split wood to use in the Smokey Mountain Cooker, and I went to my local Ace Hardware store, and I found this bag of B&B post oak barbecue and cooking wood. This comes out of Texas. I'm in California. I did find it at a local Ace Hardware store here. And it's a really common wood that people would use for Texas barbecue in Texas, so I picked up a bag. Of course, one of the traditions of barbecue is that we cook with local products and ingredients, and if you don't have post oak where you live, that's fine. You can substitute some other kind of oak or pecan or some other smoke wood that makes sense to you. Here you can see the piece of split post oak that I chose from the bag. It's about 12 inches long. You just need something that will fit within the confines of the charcoal chamber in the Smokey Mountain Cooker. If you're using the 22-inch smoker, you can afford to have a piece of wood that's a little bit longer if you have access to that. And if you were using the 14-inch cooker, I think you want to use something quite a bit smaller and narrower, since that charcoal chamber is much smaller. Now for this cook, I happen to have one last bag of Weber charcoal briquettes, which you won't find available in stores anymore. It's been discontinued, but it is the charcoal that Kevin used at Camp Brisket, and so to honor that experience and to keep it authentic with his method, I went ahead and used charcoal from my last bag for this particular cook. As you can see here, with that piece of split wood in the bottom of the charcoal chamber, I filled all around it with charcoal briquettes, all the way up to the level of the log. And then you can see off to the side here, I've got a full chimney of charcoal as well that's good and hot, ready to go. And I simply poured all that hot charcoal over the top of the unlit charcoal and that log, and I spread it out evenly across the top of the charcoal chamber. So at that point, I'm ready to start cooking, and I went ahead and put the rest of the cooker together and got my seasoned brisket on the top cooking grate, and I was ready to start cooking. Now, since this video is really about the use of a split log as smoke wood in the Smokey Mountain Cooker, and it's not really about the specifics of how to cook a brisket, how to season it, what temperature to take it to, whether to wrap it or not, I'm not going to go into all those details. You'd use whatever method you like to use for cooking a brisket, but you're just going to substitute a split log for your wood chunks in the Smokey Mountain Cooker. As you can see here, my brisket turned out moist and juicy. I got a nice smoke ring. I did use water in the pan, which is my tendency when cooking low and slow in the Weber Smokey Mountain Cooker. I also spritz the brisket quite often with a 50-50 mix of apple cider vinegar and water. I will say that I think I got a good result by using the split log as my smoke wood. I am not sure, however, that I really tasted a big difference in the end product versus using wood chunks. So while it was fun to do, I don't think I would seek out again another bag of split wood in order to do this. The wood chunks are easier for me to find and keep on hand, and I think I got basically the same result. So you may want to play with this. It's kind of fun to use a log in the Smokey Mountain Cooker, but I'm not sure that you'll get much of a different result than if you just use wood chunks. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate you very much. If you like this video, please smash on the like button on YouTube. That helps other people find my videos. If you would subscribe and if you'd hit the notification bell, that would also help. Until next time, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.